Yay. Oh, I don't know if that's pollen in the air out here or still leftover smoke from fireworks.
It's foggy here and I'm really tired. Hello, people.
People.
Welcome to our hour long, approximately, witchy rants.
Possibly. And more.
Let me get my ass in this chat room. Good morning. So, as y'all can see,
It's so fun.
we will be discussing oils today. And if you're a Patreon, that will lead
Yay.
into an
It'll be great.
announcement we have to make out in our next live. Sorry for all the wrecking. So today
Right?
today is one of our double streams. We have another one on Patreon after this, and we have an announcement to make.
Yeah. It'll be great.
So, oils. What about them?
They're so multifunctional.
So, are oils something you use often, sometimes, never, every time?
Very often. They're very often used.
So, here we go. Every time she lights something, I used to smoke. Okay, I don't really talk about this, but we're going to go on a little side rant real quick. I used to smoke cigarettes. I smoked 2 packs a day. I was
I'm not even that bad.
I was a chain smoker. I smoked Newport shorts in a box. So I was a real avid smoker at one point in time. I quit like 15-ish years ago. And every once in a while, I still like the act of smoking. I still partake. I just don't smoke cigarettes. And but it's still a trigger for me. Like if I see somebody smoking a cigarette, I'm still like, I want one. And it doesn't have to be an actual, don't die. Jeez, lady. Um,
Allergies.
she's just over there dying
Allergies.
casually. It's fine. But
Mm.
yeah, so no, every time she smokes, it makes me want to smoke. And I have to be careful because I'm smoking something that actually can alter how I talk and act if I smoke too much at one time. So, with that, back to oils. But no, okay, so you use them often.
Yes.
I use them rarely, but it's becoming more normal. Um, I will say that I keep it really simple. I don't have a huge uh like apothecary full of them. I have very few actually. I only have the ones that I use on a regular. And right now, that is pretty much just the ones for the community service workings we do.
Yeah.
But that will be changing very soon.
Mm.
I like them. I Here's the thing. I like them. It's just um, I spent years honing how to do my workings with the bare minimum. And by the bare minimum, I mean sometimes nothing, just
Ex-
me, just little old me and whatever energy I can muster up, right?
Right?
Um, and then I did find that like my favorite tool to use that I use every time, can't live without them, is my baby candles. I love my candles. They're my favorite. They're my go-to. If I'm doing a working, there is going to be at least one candle involved, maybe multiple. But I have been kind of getting into dressing my candles. Before, I would kind of just use the fire. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of liking the whole dressing the candles
Mm.
and yeah, I think it's all right. I kind of like it.
Yeah. See, I didn't use oils for a while.
What got you
Like,
using them more?
uh, what I've like the more I researched them and then like more when I started like my actual education in herbalism and stuff. And I was like, oh, like I would make oils for like different treatments and stuff. And I was like, well, I could use this for this. And this spell or working and all this other stuff and like, oh, I don't have to use it this way. Like I can use it on myself or on something else, or I can put it in an oil burner and just, yeah, there I'm done. So like for me, that's what made it easier, like quicker to use. Cause like when I first started it out for the first, like, I don't know how many years, I did not use oils. Like I was afraid because um I guess because I had seen people do like the candle dressing and stuff, and like I'd just see everything burst into like a huge flame, and I was like, no,
Mm,
that's not my
yeah.
thing. No, and stuff like that.
That's another reason why I was kind of hesitant too. I work with fire every time. I am a fiery person. My rising sign is a fire sign, and I think that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
But because of that, I do have to be careful when I'm dressing candles or using any kind of oils because, like I said, I just simply cannot do a working without fire.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that you said made you start using them is what made me hesitate to use them, which is kind of funny because finding out that you could do so many different things with them, I was like, okay, I don't need those because that's not how I work. I don't do um like the not incense burning, the where you like burn it, you know what I'm talking, not burn it, but put it in the oil
Yeah, the oil
diffuser.
burner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never did any of that for any kind of workings. I did good old fashioned bundle smoke cleansing. I did good old fashioned candle magic. It was very, very basic. I'm starting to do a little more, but I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, this is going to be enough.
Yeah.
I'm not into drawing things on the floor and dancing around and chanting and doing all kinds of like theatrical stuff. It's very, you can tell when I'm working because I look like I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm not spinning around having a jolly good time. I'm focusing, I'm working, and I'm just more focused on the aspect of focusing and trying to manipulate the energy than spacing out and trying to have a good time. Like that's just not me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because like when I got into doing my herbalism certification and stuff, like we had to learn how to make, oils and different things. And like when we were doing the oils and everything, like what do you call it? Like for carrier oils, they were talking about like the different medical properties of each one. And I was like, well, this could be translated for these workings and that working. So like I associated a lot of that. And so I was like, well, there's just times I don't have time to sit there and like actually do a whole working. So like I can either put the oil in the burner and then just go, or if it's for myself, like I could use it on myself and then I'm done. So I was like, this is so much easier sometimes. It's like a working on the go for me
And
sometimes.
see, I kind of agree to an extent because when it comes to the oil burners, that's that I think would be an easy way to feed an already working, like you already did the working. I feel like burning some oil that goes with that working would be a good way to feed it.
Yes.
Um, but again, it just kind of depends on how you work and what you're comfortable with. And also, with all of that said, please, please, please be careful. Do not burn your house down. Do not burn your apartment complex down. Be very, like we always talk about, hey, if you have a crystal ball, don't burn your house down. But if you are playing with oils and you happen to be playing with fire also,
Be careful.
just know that that might be a little more dangerous than that damn crystal ball. so
Yes.
so please, please be careful. We probably should have started with being careful, but
Yeah, because there's
yeah.
some oil carrier oils like you can't heat like that. So,
And
like
different oils have different smoke and oh, what's the word called? Flash points. They have different
yes.
flash points. So some oil can get barely hot at all, and it's going to start smoking and catching on fire. And then other ones can go higher. My
Hmm.
personal my personal opinion is make sure you check not just your carrier oil, but every ingredient you add to it. So if you have
Yeah.
a carrier oil with a high smoke point and a high flash point, if you add something to it that has a high flash point, it's going to bring that down. So I don't know the math on that. My safety tip would
Just look it
be
up.
to look it up and don't set it on fire.
Yes, dude, because like there's just some oils that like are meant just for using on your body. There's just some that are meant to just be ointments and like dripping around the pan or whatever. And like it's just some things, especially like if you're using carrier oils and adding essential oils to it and not actual herbs, you need
Mm.
to be careful because there's just some essential oils you can't mix with certain carrier oils and all
Also,
that.
if you have babies or
Hmm.
pets, if you have babies or pets, please be very careful with essential oils or burning oils at all,
Yeah,
because some of them are toxic to babies and pets.
yes, that's actually one of the reasons I didn't use oils for a good long time because
Shit, some of them are going to be toxic to you, so be
yeah,
careful.
that's why I didn't use oils for a long, long time because I had little people. Now they're not so little, so like I can use them all the time now if I want to because like I had mischievous children. So they would get into things. And even if I did have oils, they were like put up real high and hadn't been open forever. So like you gotta be careful, especially with pets. Like if you have a cat like me who likes to wonder about your stuff because that's the most
Mm.
comfortable spot in the house, like just what do you call it? Just be careful because there are a lot of herbs and oils and essential oils that are not good for pets at all.
Hmm.
So you do have to be very cautious with that. And a lot of people don't even think about it. They're like, oh, it's not a big deal. And then they're, you know, got a kid or a pet that's sick because
Or
you brought,
dead, or
yeah,
dead, because some of them can kill your pets.
real quick.
I don't know about the babies, but I do know some of them are, especially cats. Cats get into shit a lot.
Yes.
So yeah.
And they're not like dogs where you can hear them making the mess.
So
So,
what are some of your favorite oils to use?
ooh. I have an all-purpose oil that I made. So, like, it's olive oil with dragon's blood, a little bit of sage, and rosemary. So
What do you mean by all purpose? Like energy boosting or
yeah, it's
okay.
like it's for whatever you can use it for whatever you need it for. If
So
you
is
don't
it so
have
is
it,
it is it more of just like a boost to whatever working you're doing, no matter what it is?
yes,
Okay.
it's an amplifier oil. Like I made that like a couple years ago, and I just made a big bottle because I use it all the time. Because sometimes I just don't have time to like, yeah, okay, I need an oil for this, so I need to make this because I can't find it in the store or online, or I just don't want to buy it in the store or online. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a booster for everything all at once. That's my favorite thing to do. Just an all-purpose
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah. So I personally don't have any favorites that I use because again, I pretty much only use four on a regular basis. But I do have a favorite type, I guess, of oil, and that is completely bare bones. I want a carrier oil that coincides with what I'm doing, and I want maybe an ingredient or two.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not going shopping to make a spell oil. I'm just not.
Exactly, dude.
So, like us, when we were working together to come up with the oils for the community service, I told her from the very beginning, I was like, "Hey, we're doing we got it. I know you like oils, and I know you got an apothecary over there. She has all the herbs and all this stuff over there. I have nothing." So,
Yeah.
so I was like, it has to be made with bare minimum ingredients, and we did it. And It was actually kind of fun because it makes you it made me look through old notes that I had from years ago.
Yeah.
Because I did actually study making spell oils, but it just was something that I felt I never needed to do. So I didn't do it. But I did do the research. So you had to go back into your herb notes. I had to go back into my oil notes, and we just worked together to put it together. And boom, super basic spell oils. And if you're on our Patreon, we actually shared them there
Yes.
for the people who are doing community service with us.
Yeah. Yeah, because like honestly, don't get me wrong, I love making oils and like going all out sometimes. Just sometimes I feel like I need to be extra. But like when I'm making something for someone or telling someone what they need to do, I like to make it as simple and easy as possible because not everybody can go out and get all these herbs and like 15 herbs for one oil. So it's like the most basic, not basic, but like easiest go-to quick way to do it. So that's how I do it. Like I give that information out. Like I have a friend who always asks me for stuff and like information. And I'm like, quickest, easiest, cheapest. You have it in your kitchen cabinet. Go use these two things or
Hmm.
these three things. And there you go. You have what you need.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't have to be like extravagant. Everything you can go into your kitchen and find the oil and find the, you know, herb or in your garden, the plant to do
yeah,
it. It's simple. Because I mean, if you go to the store or like a witchy store or online, you're gonna see these little tiny bottles that have like 15 different ingredients in it.
yeah. And here's my thing. I'm not trying to shit on those. If I know that there's some spell oils that have a list of ingredients and they're really good. In fact, I have one. You know what? I lied. I swear up and down by my Chuparosa oil.
Ooh, yeah,
I love that. And it has a little list. It's
it
not
does.
super long. It's not like a 40 ingredient spell oil, but it's got a little list. And it's not things that I normally have on hand. So, um, you know, things happen and sometimes you do. Because the reason that one is one of my favorites, even though it's not one of the simple ones like I really, really like, is because I used it once and I was like, ooh, I like them results. And when something works, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's how I feel about it. And I feel about that in a mundane sense, and I feel that same way in a spiritual sense. And if it works and it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, the first time that doesn't work for me, I'll reformulate, do something else. But listen,
Yeah.
I love that oil. Did I put it on the I think I put it on our
It's on the
Patreon, but I'm
Patreon.
okay.
Yep, I think that was one of the first things he threw up there.
I have spell oils that I've come up with on my own and I have used them, but it's usually because somebody asked me to like do a working and I needed it. So like I said, I have used them.
Yeah, dude.
I've dabbled, but
Yeah,
I
because like,
haven't got fully into it. I'm kind of liking it though, so that might change.
oh, yeah, dude. Another thing is if you're gonna use it on yourself, you have to make sure you put ingredients that you're not gonna have an allergic reaction to. Because a lot of people like I've seen a lot of people like grab someone else's recipe and then like they put it on themselves and like they get this big old rash or something. Like
Mm,
you have to be very careful.
yeah, it's not just fires we're out here worrying about.
No, dude, because like I actually the first time I ever bought an oil out of a store and it was a perfume purpose and it was a spell oil and I ended up having a reaction to it because of something that was in there and the
Mm,
lady couldn't tell me what was in it because she's like I don't know what's in it. The lady who made it isn't here. So you have to be
mm.
very careful. Because like some of those oils you do buy in the stores online, they won't give you the full list of what's in there sometimes because they don't want you to just read the list, copy it, and make it yourself.
And see that that's a super good point. And this is why I've said for years, make it yourself. If you are a practitioner, please learn to do these things yourself because when you're trusting other people to do the things that you need done, you lose the control. You lose being able to know everything that's in it and what it does and how it's going to help your end goal.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah,
yeah.
because like I've seen that where like even on Etsy, I've seen like they'll put a couple of the ingredients that they have in there, but they won't put the full list because they don't want
Mm,
you reading the full list and saying, okay, I can make this myself.
yeah.
So
And
it's
see,
like,
that's just, and that to me is crazy. Because if you come to me and you're like, hey, I want you to make it, how much do you charge? I'm going to tell you and I'm going to sell it to you. However, if you came to me and you're just like, hey, how do you make this? I'm also just going to tell you because I don't care.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a weird thing to gatekeep it from your fellow practitioners because I mean, if it was somebody mundane, I get it because they might fuck around and do something wrong. But if
Yeah.
it's a fellow practitioner and you actually know that they're just as legit as you and they do their research and they're careful and they're grown, because part of it is I don't trust the young practitioners very much. They're a little reckless. But if you're like my age or older, I feel like, hey, whatever you do is on you. You're grown. You know that you should be being careful. You know that you should be watching out for fire hazards and health hazards with it and all this other stuff. But and that's kind of on you. So,
Yeah, it is.
do what you're comfortable with. I'm just not personally comfortable with doing that with younger people. Like I don't trust them to use it properly.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because you have to be aware what's in everything, for your personal health and safety. And I don't like when I see things like that where people like, this is the base of it, but I'm not going to tell you what else is in it. So if you have a reaction or die, that's not on me.
Mm, right. And see, that's one of the main reasons. If you get a spell oil for me, I'm going to tell you everything in it because I don't want nothing coming back on me.
Yes. That's my thing. Like, I think people think I'm weird because I'm always asked, well, are you allergic to anything? Because even if you're not putting it on yourself, you're still touching it in some way. So it's like, are you allergic to this? Okay. Are
And
you allergic to
but
that?
I do have a little bit of a warning though. Some people are allergic to things and they don't know that yet.
Yes.
So that is another reason I would much rather you just have my list of ingredients and make it yourself because then it's on you. Like you did that
Yeah.
to you. I'm not 100% sure I would ever sell a spell oil for that reason. I never have thus far, and I just don't think that's something I would be interested in doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I had made spell oils for somebody, it was for their working that I was doing.
Yeah, dude. Because you can use it, but you don't know if they can.
Also, again, I keep it really, really simple. I'm not putting it on my body. I'm not putting it in oil burners. It's literally just dressing the outside of a glass candle and it can't catch on fire because it's on the outside of the glass and the fire's on the inside of the glass. So so
See?
I keep it really, really simple and really safe for the most part. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I know I'm not the only one that does this because I've heard other witch podcasters talk about it. Is there is one thing I do that's a big fat naughty no no, and that is if I have a 7 day candle that needs to burn, oh honey, it's gonna burn. I don't.
All the
I'm going to sleep with it burning. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I'm doing it as safe as I can, but I'm going to sleep with that candle burning.
I have a little pot that I do that with because like I grew up with all the same candles burning in the house all day long. And like everybody always had this one pot like in the kitchen. or that they never used again, like this little sauce pot that they would put the candle in, just in case it exploded. It would, get caught in the pan. So,
Yeah, I don't do that.
yeah,
I do I do have a big round metal table and I put it in the middle of that. So if anything spills or knocks over, it's all contained. Um,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, because
So
like,
but again, I feel like this comes with being an older practitioner.
yeah,
It's just something that you learn to be comfortable with and you do it in a way that is safe. Like I feel safe when I go to sleep with my candles burning. And if I
yeah.
get up to pee in the middle of the night, I go and I check on them. I'm not like I get it. That sounds super irresponsible. I'm about to be like, I'm not irresponsible. But that's what I was saying earlier about with spell oils. I just trust older practitioners more who've
Yeah,
been doing it for a while because you learn how to do it in a safe way. Because have I accidentally set shit on fire? Oh yeah, I have.
absolutely. We all have.
Oh yeah.
We all have.
In fact,
At least
fun
once.
story. Fun story. Um, I was still living with at my mother-in-law's at the time. So I was basically practicing in a bedroom. So everything I did was in my bedroom. And somebody had gifted me a bundle, like a cleansing bundle. And I had never worked with this particular matter before. So when I set it on fire, I thought it was going to be like sage or palo, where, it takes a minute
Hmm.
to catch on fire and get burning. Well, no, it immediately went up in flames. And uh, I had to dunk it in my tea that was sitting there. I had a big cup of tea and I had to
Oh,
dip it in there, completely ruined it. And I'm sad because it was like a really nice gift from somebody.
yeah.
But the entire apartment filled with smoke, like dense, thick, choking you out smoke. It smelled good because the plant smelled good.
Oh,
But my mother-in-law was just like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Sorry, I was burning incense and it caught something on fire." But she was really like freaked out about it because she knew I was kind of weird, but she didn't all the way know yet. So yeah,
this girl
be
trying to burn my
careful.
apartment down.
Yeah, be careful.
But
Well,
yeah, no.
she's a Jehovah Witness, so
Yeah.
she's like terrified of anything witchcraft. And one day she came in, and I just happened to be looking at a new tarot deck I had got, and this is back when I had first got my runes. So I had the runes set out before in front of me, and then I was looking at the deck at the time. And she walked in, and she was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Oh, they're runes." And she was like, "What are they made of? They look like they're made out of bone." And I was like, "They are made out of bone." And she was like,
She's like,
she
oh
she
God.
literally put her hands behind her back and backed away.
Mm. Oh, I love your
Yeah,
mother-in-law.
I love her to death. She is an amazing woman, but I
Yeah,
scare the shit out of her.
she's the best.
I do. I scare the shit out of her. Everything about me freaks her out because she doesn't know too much about like witchcraft per se, but she knows I'm an atheist and that scares her too. So
Oh, yeah. I can just
good
picture some of
times.
her faces she gave you too.
Yay, family. Gotta love it.
It's amazing. Oh, but yeah, dude. Yeah, because like my great grandma used to have like this little pot that she would put all her saint candles because she wouldn't turn them out either. Like
Mm-mm.
she'd just
I'm
leave them
not,
burn.
I can't like that is something. So one, I want to say that I started out with candle magic. Like the very first working I ever did was with a candle.
Yeah.
Um, and it felt right, so I've done it ever since. But I absolutely, from the very beginning, have felt like if you light this candle with that intent, you better not blow it out.
Nope. Yeah,
And
dude.
that feeling has stuck with me to this day. I could go light a candle with intent and do a little working real quick right now, and even if I wanted to blow it out, there would just be this force like, bitch, you better not.
Don't do it. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's my ancestors, I don't know if it's just like my intuition. Something is very, very palpable. It's almost like if I'm walking to put it out, it's almost like you walk slow.
Yeah.
It's very hard to explain, but it's very much a you're doing the wrong thing. Don't do that. uh-uh-uh.
Oh, the red
So,
light is a yellow
but
light.
I do. I feel like everybody has something they're a little reckless with. I know practitioners who have crystal balls and they're like, I don't cover that thing. It's just there. Um, yeah.
I have one, but I don't even have it out. And like, I know
To
some
be
people will
fair,
put it by light, and it's like, please don't put it near the sunlight,
yeah, to
girl.
be fair, most of the ones I know, it's not like in a window or anything, but it's definitely not covered. And yeah, I'm definitely not putting my candles out. I'm just not going to do it. So,
Mm.
but again, these are things that hopefully come with experience. If you are new to this, please do not try to leave things burning overnight. Um, yeah, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So
We have our things that we're just not going to change. Sorry.
Fearless has a good point. She says that she would never blow them out, but will snuff them out. I have
Yeah.
heard of people doing that. To me, I can't put that flame out, period. Like full stop. Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's been times I've had to snuff it out, so I have a candle snuffer, but I never blow.
There was a couple times where I had to put it out. I literally had no choice. But what I did is I completely started the working over
Yeah.
as soon as I was able to know that I'm going to be able to leave this burning.
So this is what I've learned from an old lady. Like, you snuff it out and then you put a black cloth over it because it pauses it to where you were at.
Mm,
So that's what I learned. So I have a little black cloth if I have to do that.
that sounds plausible.
I don't know. Apparently, it's a really old like thing because it was an old lady who taught me that. Like, she was like, "Don't ever blow it because it ruins the intentions. Use a snuffer
Hmm.
or your fingers." I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna touch a flame with my fingers. Thanks.
My husband would. He has. I've watched him do it. I think that's more of a guy thing. I've seen
Oh,
several men do that to like candles and stuff.
yeah, and
And yeah.
I don't know, like the whole black, like you put a black cloth over it because it like protects it and keeps that energy there or something. So it's just that's been a habit. If I'm doing a working and need to blow the candle out, I've never actually had to like stop. Or maybe a couple times. But other than that, like that's a trick I've learned. It's like you snuff it out and then you cover it with a black cloth.
I do have to say that I come from a little bit of a situation where I have some privilege. I don't have children, I don't have pets, and I don't have a day job. So I'm home like 90% of the time.
Yeah, see.
So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, see, well, when the kids were younger, I did. So like I did a lot of things like when they went to bed and like candle lighting when
Mm,
they went to bed or napping or something. Or like I said, I had to alter a lot of stuff because kids, you can't have a lot of things around kids and like my day job's at home, so I don't have to worry about leaving or anything. But yeah, and I
oh
have a
yeah.
cat.
Speaking of kids, that's another thing. Make sure your kids can't get a hold of your oils. Because you
Mhm.
don't want them drinking them, getting them in their mouth or spilling them, getting them on fabric and you can't get the oil stain out. Yeah, be careful. Please be
Yeah.
careful with oils. Not
'Cause
just fire, oils.
yes, because
Oils are dangerous too.
yeah, because like my kids, they never really got like had a thing of putting things in their mouth. It was my niece when she came along and was like starting moving and stuff. I had to move everything higher again just as I
Mm,
was getting comfortable and all that, or like had to lock things in a box because you know, you know my niece. She used to be all up in that stuff like it was nobody's business. I ended up having to buy her, like, get her her own little, like, cauldron to play with here at the house so she wouldn't mess with mine, or a little mortar and pestle just so she could use her own. And things like that are like, I filled little bottles of colored water instead of them being like oils. It was just colored water just so she could play with them and not like hurt herself with my stuff.
mhm.
Because, you
So
know, that child.
So, what are some ways that you like to use oil? Because me personally, it's pretty much just dressing candles. I'm not gonna, well, I have some that are more perfumes than spell oils. So
Yeah.
those I'll put on. But other than that, my oils are on the outside of my candles, and that's pretty much it. What about you?
See, I use them on my candles. You knew that, but like I do like the perfume style oils. I really like to use those because there's, like I said, there's just some days I don't have time to do a physical thing. And if it's like a house or something, like oil, like perfume oils are really good to use and stuff like that, especially like when you're on the go or you don't have time. And like the oil burners, I really do like the oil burners because it's literally the working all in one and you just light the candle under the boil, under the little boiler bowl of it,
Hmm.
whatever it's called. Yeah, those are like the quickest ways. Like I think I used to use oil burners all the time. Now I have time to actually use them on the candles or like on statues.
Mm,
I have my statues I use them for.
yeah.
But
So besides using them on the body, anointing objects and or people, anointing or dressing candles, what are some other ways that you can think of? So we know the oil burning. Is there anything I'm missing?
you could put them in a spray bottle and turn them into a spray.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like
Especially if you live in a situation where you can't burn things at all. That's a
exactly.
really good idea. Because that goes for cleansing too. Instead of smoke cleansing, you can do that. And it still hits like the air,
Yep.
it's still going to be using air, but instead of air and fire, it's just air and water plus whatever herb you're using. So,
Yeah, dude. Like it's easier because like you just take a few get, the little travel sprays bottles you get for whatever for traveling, just like either fill it with water, vinegar, or high proof alcohol and just put like 10, 12 drops of your oil, shake it, and there you go.
yeah.
It's easy. Easy, clean, and quick, especially if you live in a place you can't burn things.
Oh, I forgot. I don't think I ever actually announced this here, but we do have a little bit of information about our Patreon lives because we don't know what changed,
Mm-mm.
but it used to be fine. But now every time we try to go live on Patreon, um, for some reason, only Brandy can hear like feedback, real bad feedback to the point where she can barely understand what I'm saying. She can't really interact with what I'm saying. And it's just kind of a mess.
Yes.
So what we're doing is kind of recording it and then putting it up immediately. It's still going to be in the format like this,
Yeah.
where we're not going to edit it or anything like that. It's just going to be what it is. But unfortunately, until we figure out how
What
to,
happened?
yeah, until we figure out what happened, it's going to have to be pre-recorded kind of.
Yeah. Like I have no idea what happened. It's just weird because I will hear it's like having five of you in my ear at once in different spots of the conversation.
Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
like,
like a
who am I talking
nightmare.
to? Which one am I talking to?
Which one's talking right now?
Yes. It's terrible. I think
um,
everybody witnessed that the first time it happened. And
well, I don't know because I couldn't hear it. So I think only you can hear it.
yes, and it was terrible. And I've been trying to work on it on like my personal thing, and it's even just me on there. I will hear like other me's on there, and I don't know what happened. So thanks a lot, technology.
Yeah.
It's it's
It's
terrible.
weird because it literally one week it worked and then the next week it was all messed up. So I don't know. We might have to try going live directly through Patreon.
Somehow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible. I had a headache after that.
Aw, poor
Yeah.
Brandy.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so fun stuff. But
Yo,
did you have anything else about oils?
they're awesome.
They are. I'm starting to like them. I
Yes.
think I've tried it a few different ways, and I really do like the the act of dressing the candle before,
Yeah.
because like I said, the majority of my working is the candle. So the more I can put into the candle, the more it's, well, the stronger I feel like it's going to be. So I'm starting to like it. So if you haven't already tried some spell oils, maybe give them a shot. Um, and if you have already tried them, what's some of your favorite ones? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys. Well, we'll be streaming for Patreon here shortly, but it'll be up as soon as we get off and get it uploaded.
Yes.
So, yeah, have anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right, y'all. So, I guess we will see you guys next week.